Hello and welcome to the Road to 1,000 Rounds on the Derya Melik 9mm pistol. This is going to be part one of a probably 10 or 11 part series where we take this pistol to 1,000 rounds. Along the way we're going to monitor wear patterns, we're going to talk about reliability, and just the overall experience with the handgun. The case included with the Melik handgun appears to be of good quality. It's hard plastic and has nice dense foam cutouts. Inside you will have your Melik owner's manual provided by Rock Island, your Melik pistol with a nice chamber flag, a board cleaning brush, and your magazine. This variant was purchased as a 10 round capacity because for some reason this SKU was offered at a lower price than the 17 round variant. You can see the 10 round magazine has indented dimples to prevent the follower from going below the 10 round limit. This design is much superior to the segmented 2-piece 10 round magazines. It looks a lot cleaner and has a lot more structure to it. The pistol inside is about what you would expect from a 92 clone as far as features go. The sights are of the 3-dot variety and include no type of illumination. The red front does provide nice contrast against the white rear. This would be considered an upgrade over the factory 92FS sights. Like the factory 92FS, the front sight appears to be milled into the slide with no readily available way to change it. The safety and decocker appears to have some grit in it. This grit allows it to get stuck midway through the stroke in brand new condition. Throughout the review, the long-term review, we'll see if that breaks in any better than it is now. This is likely caused by just, fine burrs in the detent and spring mechanism. But overall, the function does still work. When the pistol is on safety, the trigger also has a little bit of grit in it. This is substantially more noticeable than on any factory Beretta. The takedown lever seems to be fit pretty well, but is a little tight. I definitely don't see that to be a problem. I'd rather it be too tight than too loose, so long as it still functions. The magazine release works well, and ejection is very smooth. Beveling at the mag well does not exist. Perhaps a hair at the front, but that's about it. A lanyard loop is included at the base of the grip as well. The grips that come with the pistol look a lot better in real life than they do on the stock photos. The grip is adequate, not too much, not too little, and the front and back strap do have the vertical striations found on your typical 92FS. As far as overall fit and finish, the fit is relatively tight for this price point. Minimal wiggle in the slide, and overall a mostly smooth finish. I have noticed a defect here in the steel slide and a defect here in the frame. For this price point, it's hard to be upset about anything like that, and I plan to use this pistol hard. Of note, the frame of course is aluminum. It is hard coat anodized, but Derya/Rock Island does not specify the type of aluminum, whether it is cast or forged, or if the hard coat anodization is type 3. Based on what I'm seeing and feeling, I would guess it's not type 3. The slide is made of 4140 steel. This is a common steel used on more budget-friendly AR-15 barrels. I reckon if it's good enough for an AR-15 barrel, it's probably good enough for a slide. The slide and barrel on the Melik pistol are melanite coated. This is a very good finish for a budget-friendly handgun. Milling on the slide also seems to be of pretty good quality. There's no very discernible machining marks or any red flags. There are some minor defects like you can see here. This is to be expected and actually above my expectations. The guide rod has a small amount of wear on the backside. It's a steel guide rod and it seems to be up to the job. The bore is nice and clear and bright. A nice polished feed ramp on the backside should ensure that this gun feeds reliably. Once again, this is a melanite finish. The recoil spring appears to be pretty standard and should work for a few thousand rounds. The internal machining on the frame appears to be of pretty good quality. There is light wear on some surfaces that are friction points. We will monitor this wear over the course of the 1,000 round review. Of note, the firing pin block does seem to be a bit raised on the rear side. It does move up and down just fine with function of the trigger, yet it always seems to return just a hair high on the back. The locking block seems to have a good fit into the gun, both being not too tight or too loose. There are some slight wear spots on it, which once again, we will monitor throughout the long-term review. One of my favorite features of the 92 platform is how the rounds load essentially direct into the chamber. With the safety on, we'll lower the slide. As you can see, while the bullet is still caught by the magazine feed lips, the tip is already captured in the chamber. This makes it very hard for a round to fall loose during chambering. The slide action is quite smooth. For the price point, the action is definitely on point. Overall, my initial impression of this pistol is that it would appear to be an excellent value for the money. Is it as good as a Beretta 92FS? Based on what I see right out of the box, I would say probably not. The lack of smoothness on the safety is a clear indicator that you're working with a clone and not the real deal. With that said, does it make it a bad pistol? I don't think so. We'll get it to the range and find out. But for the price point, this thing has serious potential. The fit and feel punches above its price tag for sure.